The phone rings, and it's your daughter, and she's crying. There's been an accident. She's in trouble. She needs money right now, and please, please don't tell Dad. It is her voice, exactly. The way she says your name, the little catch in her breath. Every instinct you have says help her. But here is the thing that should stop you cold. It might not be her at all. Today, a scammer needs only about 3 seconds of someone's voice, lifted from a TikTok, a voicemail greeting, an Instagram story, to clone it well enough that most people, around 7 in 10, cannot tell the copy from the real person. Then they call someone who loves that voice, and they manufacture an emergency. It's the old grandparent scam, but supercharged, and last year, losses tied to AI scams ran into the hundreds of millions. In the next few minutes, I'll show you exactly how this works, the handful of tells that give it away even when the voice is perfect, and the one simple thing your family can set up tonight that defeats it completely. None of this is technical. Let me show you. Start with the part that feels like science fiction but isn't anymore, the voice itself. To clone how someone sounds, a scammer doesn't need to hack anything. They just need a short sample of that person talking. And today, that can be as little as 3 seconds. Think about how much of our voice is just sitting out in public. A teenager's TikTok videos, a birthday clip on Instagram, a "sorry I missed you" voicemail greeting, a voice note in a group chat. The scammer collects a few seconds of it, feeds it into a widely available AI tool, and out comes a synthetic version of that voice that they can make say anything they type. It captures the accent, the rhythm, the little verbal habits, and it is convincing. In one study, about 70% of people could not reliably tell a cloned voice from the real one, and the technology has only improved since. So the old comfort, "I'd know my own child's voice," no longer holds. Your ears are no longer proof. That is the uncomfortable foundation of this whole scam. The voice can be faked, cheaply, from scraps of audio you didn't even know were public. And the tools to do it are cheap and easy to find now. This isn't some nation-state capability anymore. It's a small-time scammer with a laptop and a few dollars, which means the defense can't be, "Does it sound like them?" because it always will. The defense has to be something else entirely, and we'll get there. Now the call itself. Because the voice is only the bait, the script is the trap. It almost always follows the same emotional shape. First, a sudden crisis, delivered by that familiar voice. A car accident, an arrest, a hospital, stranded in another country, something frightening enough to flood you with panic before you can think. Second, urgency. This has to be handled right now, this minute, there's no time. Third, secrecy. Please don't tell Mom. Don't tell my husband, I'm so embarrassed. Just help me and we'll explain later. That isolation is deliberate. It keeps you from turning to the one person who'd say, "Wait, let's check." And fourth, a very specific way to pay, one that can't be undone. A wire transfer, gift cards read out over the phone, cryptocurrency, sometimes a courier sent to the door for cash. Often there's a second character, a lawyer, a police officer, a doctor, who takes over the call to add authority and keep the pressure on. Every piece is engineered to do one thing: get you to act on feeling, fast, before logic catches up. And it works precisely because it isn't really about the voice anymore. By the time you're terrified for someone you love, you're not auditing their vowels. You're reaching for your wallet. The scam doesn't need a perfect performance. It needs you panicked, isolated, and rushed. So why does something that, written down, sounds fairly obvious work on careful, intelligent people? Because it bypasses the thinking part of your brain entirely. It runs on 3 levers, stacked. The first is love, weaponized. This is the voice of someone you would do anything for, in apparent danger. That alone shoves you into protect mode, where caution feels like betrayal. The second is panic. Fear narrows your attention to one thing, helping them, and quietly switches off the slower, skeptical part of your mind. The part that would otherwise ask, "Wait, why would a car accident need gift cards?" The third is time pressure. Every second of manufactured urgency is a second you're not spending verifying. Stack those three, a beloved voice, real fear, and a ticking clock, and even people who would never fall for a scam can hand over thousands in minutes. This is important, so hear it clearly. Falling for this does not mean you're gullible or foolish. It means you love someone, and someone weaponized that love. The scam is designed by people who study exactly how fear works. Knowing the machinery is how you take its power away, because once you can name what's happening in the moment, you can interrupt it. Here's how you catch it even when the voice is flawless, because you stop listening to the voice and start listening to the structure. There are 3 tells, and they show up almost every single time. Tell 1, it is always urgent. A real loved one in real trouble can almost always wait the 2 minutes it takes you to verify. A scammer cannot, because 2 minutes is exactly what kills the scam. So intense, immediate time pressure is itself the red flag. Tell 2, it is always secret. Don't tell anyone is not how real families handle a real emergency, where you'd want everyone rallying. Secrecy serves the scammer, not your relative, every time. Tell 3, it always ends in an untraceable payment. Gift cards, wire transfers, crypto, cash by courier. These are the rails scammers use precisely because the money can't be clawed back. No real hospital, lawyer, or police department collects bail or bills in gift cards, ever. Put those together and you have a simple filter that doesn't care how perfect the voice is. Urgent plus secret plus an untraceable payment equals scam. Full stop. The voice is built to pass your test. These 3 never do. So here's what actually protects your family. And the centerpiece costs nothing and takes 1 conversation. First, the big one. Agree on a family safe word. Pick a word or short phrase that everyone in the family knows that you would never post online, and that has nothing to do with public facts like pet names or birthdays. Something a little odd and memorable works best. Purple tractor, blue mango, 2 random words you'd never think to post anywhere. Then the rule is simple. In any call about an emergency or money, you ask for the safe word, and a real family member can give it. But, and this matters, teach everyone 1 extra thing, because scammers have a counter. If the loved one says they're too panicked to remember it, that is not an excuse. That is the scam. Don't accept, I can't remember it right now. No safe word, no money. Second, and just as powerful, hang up and call them back on the number you already have saved. If it was really them, you'll reach them, or reach someone who knows where they are. The scammer controls the call you're on. They do not control the number already in your phone. Third, ask a question only the real person could answer. Not something findable online, but a shared memory. What did we argue about last Thanksgiving? What was the name of your first teacher? And fourth, underneath all of it, slow down. Say, I'm going to hang up and check and I'll call you right back. A real emergency survives that sentence. A scam does not. 1 family conversation tonight, 1 shared word, and this entire scam stops working on the people you love. So here's the whole thing in 1 breath. A scammer needs only a few seconds of audio to clone a loved one's voice, and most of us can't tell the difference anymore. So your ears are no longer proof. They use that voice in a family emergency call built on panic, secrecy, and a demand for fast, untraceable payment. It works because it hijacks love, fear, and time pressure all at once, not because the voice is perfect, but it gives itself away every time with 3 tells. It's always urgent, always secret, and always ends in gift cards, a wire, or crypto. And it's beaten by simple, low-tech habits. A family-safe word that nobody volunteers under pressure, hanging up and calling back on the number you already have, asking a question only they'd know, and slowing down long enough to check. So here's your 1 action. And it's a conversation, not a gadget. Tonight or this week, pick a safe word with your family and agree that any emergency call asking for money has to include it. No exceptions, no, I forgot it. That 10-minute talk makes this scam stop working on the people you love. If this gave you something genuinely useful to pass on, consider subscribing, because that's exactly what this channel is for. The digital world, explained in plain English, so that you and the people you love can stay a step ahead. And please send this one to a parent or grandparent. They are the ones these calls target most, and it might be the conversation that saves them. Stay sharp out there.